Jill, mix picking that car up from that fella, taking the Bristol and bringing the Wolsey back.
A winch job with that Golf, unless it will crank up with a battery, you've got to take a compressor.
Cabriolet?
Yeah, and a Lotus Elite.
Lotus Elite, I mean, that's not bad news. This is the one that worries me, is a Golf Cabriolet. I mean, we don't normally take Cabriolets because they don't sell, but it might be an early one.
84.
Oh, that's an early one then. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's all right.
So it could well be a Carman gear, maybe.
I would think so.
Oh, that's good news, isn't it? Right, okay. No problem.
My husband bought it as a surprise about August '88. We've got a Golf GTI. It hasn't been used much in the last sort of 10 or 15 years, but the first decade I used it all the time, took the children everywhere, top down all summer. It was an amazing little car to have. It was loads of fun.
In West Yorkshire, Barbara is getting ready to part with a car that played a huge role in her family's story.
Presented me with it, his first bonus that he received in his promotion. It was a surprise because I had a 4-month-old baby and a little girl 3. So when it was, how do I fit the buggy in, how do I fit the shopping in? What I had to do was lean the buggy on the front seat and put the 2 little ones in the back. My husband used to get it going for the summer. We had a few trips in it and took the top down, and they were like 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. You didn't bother having a hairdo.
Do you know how many miles it's got on it?
About 80-odd thousand, I think.
So it's not crippled with mileage then?
Not really.
What colour is that? Do you know what it is?
It's a bronze. But you don't see them around anyway now, do you? It is a bit of a shame. Maybe I shouldn't be letting it come.
We better shut the garage door, had we?
We better shut the garage door.
Pretend you're not in when they
arrive. Before I change my mind, yeah. Because it does look rather pretty, actually.
A flat tyre and a flat battery means shifting the car might not be straightforward.
I don't know quite how they get it out, but he said they'll pump the tyre up and they will try and jump-start the battery and bring a new battery, I believe, so hopefully it comes out all right and they can get it away without too much trouble. My husband passed away 2.5 years ago, and I now feel I haven't got anyone to look after it properly. I know nothing about cars. It seems a good opportunity to say goodbye. My husband got it valued a few years ago, and someone said about 8,000. That might be optimistic, it might be under. I don't know. I'd be disappointed with less than that, I have to say. I did love the car. It was a beautiful gift. It was one of the best things he ever bought me, and time to let it go. Good memories, yeah.
Derek and Paul's father-son road trip has brought them to West Yorkshire to pick up Barbara's Golf Cabriolet. The first job in hand, to sort the car's flat tyre.
Have you got a compressor with you, Derek?
Of course, I carry everything with me. What are you talking about? Always fully equipped, me, mate. Don't you worry about that. Just want to get a bit of easy start out the motor.
Easy start, it's a VW.
Is it a Carman?
Yeah.
It's a Carman. It's a nice one.
Half leather. By that I mean the front half. The back half's cloth, front half's leather. That's an optional extra, that then. You pay more for a leather back seat.
Well, we got half leather, but split in the unusual way. We normally have each seat split with half leather and half fabric. In actual fact, we've now got a back seat fabric and 2 front seats, leatherette, maybe. Hello. Hello.
Now they need a key to get it started.
Posh end of Leeds, this, you know. Big money here. Yeah. Nice people. West Yorkshire people are lovely people. They're so friendly, aren't they? Can't describe a car to save their life like, but they're quite friendly. OK. I just need a key, love. Is there a key about there, do you think? A key.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'll have a look if I've got another, but I don't think I have.
You wouldn't know anything about the weird configuration inside with the seats, leatherette.
It was a project started and not finished.
Was it? He was changing it to leather or leatherette, was it? Yeah.
Because
do you have the original
it's wearing
seats?
Holes, you know.
Yeah.
Well worn.
And are they the original seats that have been covered, or have they been replaced? Do you have any the original seats?
No.
No. Yeah. Right. We're going to give it a try. See what we can do.
It's the little details that often grab Derek's attention. And for this Golf, that means those seats.
It's an ongoing project. So the front seats have been recovered in leatherette, and the rear seats were due to be covered in leatherette, but never actually did get done. Problem is that the new owner has got to recover the back seat, obviously, I won't bother with the front ones now. The back seat's in exactly the same material and colour, isn't he, you see? Ready?
Yeah. Hang on. We've got no fuel pump buzzing, have we? Got an immobiliser or something?
Might be.
Oh, no, that's a garage door.
You got Barbara's phone number?
What's it like working with you, Dad?
I pressed the button thinking it might be an immobiliser alarm affair.
No.
Your dad's sitting in half leather.
I'm sitting in full leather, John.
Right, sorry.
And whoever sits in the back is going to be sitting in full cloth.
Yeah, but Paul's crawling about on the floor.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you've either got it turned off or it's kaput.
Are we going to try it? That fob is clearly for the garage door.
Well, I think we worked that bit out.
There's nowhere obvious that you'd put an immobiliser.
Fuel pump issue, personally.
Eventually, the traditional methods prevail.
Yeah, go on then. Right hand. Yeah, go on. Right hand.
Hold on. Me full leather seats moved.
The full.
It's not locking in place. Oh, I've got brakes. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Good job we mentioned that, John. Never thought of that.
What, brakes?
Yeah.
Certainly when you go downhill, particularly backwards.
Where's the wagon? That way then, still?
Further along. Get all the good jobs done.
What technique is this, Paul?
Well, this is one of them. Shouldn't have come.
This is the old-fashioned way of moving a car, John.
Whose idea was it to move down
Don't
here?
like doing it, really, but needs must on the starter motor.
So whilst you're sat in your full leather,
Full leather front upholstery, full cloth rear upholstery.
Paul gets to push.
And you know what? I'm still going to advertise it. Half leather. Half leather, half cloth. Can't be wrong, can you?
Go on, tick over. Yeah, go on.
See, it's going.
Tick over. It's me out of reach.
How many cans to a mile does it do?
Yeah, about 3 cans a mile.
We might have a bit of problem, aggravation here. Hope there's another set of keys. There should be another one with a petrol cap key on.
Do you want to come with me and look at everything I've got? 'Cause I've got
Bang on.
lots of keys, sorry.
Absolutely.
You are aware it's not locked, aren't you?
Ooh. Well, I think we still need... well, I wasn't, as it happens. But...
Going back to my earlier question, Paul, what's it like working with your dad?
Challenging, shall we say. Poor old Degsy. Yeah. I would think the car's going to do somewhere around about 5 grand. Plenty of life left in it, isn't there? Well, got to get life in it first, I suppose. But anyway, but we had it running there briefly. Trouble is, you needed a runner and an aerosol to keep it running. All is well. That's it, mate. We're on.
We're on with the next
Good to
one
see
then,
you.
eh?
Off to the next one, yeah. We're going round by the airport somewhere now, pick another one up.
He's been drinking tea, look.
Next stop, 10 miles away, to pick up the Lotus Elise. The VW Cabriolet is also back at base, and Derek is preaching about the convertible.
A proper Carmen Ghia car. Absolutely genuine. They're all built in Osnabrück, and it's a lovely car. This is about as close as you can get, this Golf, to a saloon car that has been sort of aftermarket almost converted to a convertible. I think it's such a lovely, honest car that it deserves to do 6 grand. It's not a lot of money for a car like this. A saloon-derived convertible doesn't achieve the money that a tin-top saloon does. And it shouldn't be. I can't imagine why. I mean, it's a beautifully fitting top. Look, it's all lined and everything. It's waterproof. It's brilliant. But no, it just doesn't. But we've got to bear in mind, we're now in the collector market. We're not in the everyday car market. The tin-top XR3s, the tin-top Golfs, they're the ones that do the Astra convertibles. Oh, man, they just don't make anything like the money that a saloon will make.
But there's one thing Derek is still banging on about.
I had a bit of a mental block that when I looked in, I thought, I didn't look at the back, I looked and I thought, bloody, I've never seen one with leather, but maybe there was a leather option. The dead giveaway is when you find the original seats in the back. All it boils down to, the gentleman who passed away, God bless him, started changing the interior of the car, and he wanted leather, and he wanted beige, obviously. So he's done the front two. The backs were going to be done, but sadly, he never made it. ...1984 Volkswagen Golf Cabrio GTI. Very, very exceptional and very, very genuine example. Genuine Carmen gear, proper bit of kit. Whereabouts? Start me on it. 2002, 24, 26, 28, 2,800 for nothing. 2,800, £3,000. £3,000. Pardon?
3,500.
That's more like it, Dave. That's where we should have started, mate. 3,500. I know it's worth £5,000. 3,750.
3,750. You want 4? Yeah.
£4,000. Here for the most sad reason, but a very genuine reason. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got your hands on it. I can assure you. 4,250. 4,250. 4,500. Proper, genuine car. 4,750. Cannot stress how genuine this car is. Gonna submit it then. 4,750. You're out, Dave. 4,750. Do you want 5? I'm gonna submit it otherwise. 4,750.
Will you do 4,800?
No, I don't want to go into 50s, mate. It's worth £5,000 all day long. You know, it's 4,750. £5,000. The car's worth £5,000 all day long. He knows it as well as I do. £5,000. Go in then. £5,000. It's an embarrassment if we're not, and it's not. We're not doing our job right if we're not. £5,000. Got to be done right. £5,000. Submitting it. David's phone. £5,000. Provisional 5,000.
Hello, is that Barbara? Paul Matthewson down the auction. How are you? Good, Joe, well done. I ring with news. We've had the Golf through today, and it has achieved £5,000.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that enough yet? All right, I shall get on and get it away. Thank you. No problem. Thanks, bye. Barbara's happy.
The VW Cabriolet has found a new home in Lincolnshire, hopefully to a fan of irregular upholstery techniques.
I think it's an iconic car. I mean, some say it was the first proper hot hatch. There were other cars that had been launched in the UK before the GTI, like the Chevette, Sunbeam, but they didn't have the reliability that the Volkswagen had. It was just a car that you could get in and drive with it being fuel injected. It was just ahead of most of the British manufacturers.
In rural Lincolnshire, a city slicker from the north is being put through its paces. Barbara's old Golf Cabriolet is back on the road with new owner Brian Carter.
Growing on me, you know, it's I've had a few challenges with it, so it's, we're not in love yet. I've got to get it tuned, get it running a little smoother. The more I use it, the better it will go.
The Carter family and Golfs have a lot of history together.
Dad bought the first GTI in 1980. I wasn't old enough to drive then, so me on the bonnet with a bit more hair, and my dad being a bit of a Jack the Lad, cat with all the cream. One of the very first right-hand drive cars, I suppose. They were a difficult car to actually get back then. They weren't plentiful. You had to order and wait a number of months to get your order.
Brian has inherited his dad's love of Golfs. The Cabriolet has joined a slightly older sibling. But the Cabriolet is the new toy.
Very low ownership, previous owner from 1988, and just a genuine car that we want to get back to its form of glory and something that we can use on a regular basis. My wife, you know, she's kind of quite keen to drive it. If we can then take both cars to some local shows, that would be my way of getting her to tolerate the shows, I suppose.
But taking the roof off exposes the car's upholstery Achilles heel. Those half-leather, half-cloth seats.
As nice as the leather is, would we get a match the same as that, you know, if we got the trim, you know, done in the back? I just don't know. We've got plenty of time, you know, no point in rushing and getting something that we don't want, so we'll watch this space, I suppose.
But mismatched seats do nothing to detract from the beauty of cruising with the hood off, with the wind in his wife Jane's hair.
My wife kind of tolerates the classic car scene, so the idea, if I get a convertible, this get her interested in it a bit more.
Drives all right.
Previous owners had this car for a very long time. Bought it originally with 20,000 miles on it. It's got, I think, 87,000 on it now, so we hope to just keep improving little bits that need doing and look forward to using it summer. It will be a keeper.